What's going on, guys? Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls was recently announced. A Marvel tag fighter not made by Capcom, but actually made by Arc System Works, who's known for making Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Grand Blue, Fantasy Versus, Dragon Ball Fighters. The list goes on and on. Now, when this was announced, it was really crazy for people to be getting a Marvel fighting game not made by Capcom. Definitely threw people through a loop, but we have it announced. It looks great, and I wanted to get into the beginning guide that they put out and talk a little bit about the systems of what's going on here, because I think it's going to be really interesting. So first of all, this is a 4 versus 4 game, where we would normally see a Marvel fighting game as 3v3. We've seen ArcSys do Dragon Ball Fighters as a 3v3 fighter, as well as Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, which was 2v2. And kind of going forward, just tag games in general are usually either 2v2 or 3v3, or just a regular 1 versus 1 fighting game. But not only is this a 4 versus 4 fighting game, it starts out as a 2 versus 2 game, and you have to unlock the rest of your team. You actually start out with a set amount of health, and the more you add to your team, the higher your health bar actually goes. And there are a couple different ways to unlock the characters. So like they're saying here, it starts at 2v2, and when you get this kind of wall break, you unlock another assist. You either do the wall break, or you get off a grab. And there's a couple different ways to get this wall break. It's not just like kind of how you see it with Strive. But we'll get into that a little bit more as the video goes on. So as you can see here, your health bar actually goes up the more team you have. So I'm sure there is going to be parts of this game where somebody is so much better than their opponent that you don't even get your full team before you lose the match. And this is the button layout. I want to come back, circle back to this button layout after they've kind of covered over everything, because there's a lot to unpack here. So here you have your standard movement, and there's actually a dash macro, which is super fun. I love when there's dash macros in games like Strive, like City of the Wolves. I think it just adds another layer to the movement. I don't think anybody's really going to be complaining about that. You also have a high jump. I don't know if you can float like how you could in Dragon Ball. And then standard blocking. I'm going to skip through a little bit of the basic fighting game things, because there's a lot of kind of unique things going on with this game. Like this button here. You have your light, medium, and heavy, but you also have unique attack. So if you've ever played a mainline Blaze Blue game, they have a light, medium, heavy, and then a drive button, and that's always a unique skill to each character. There's actually a Blaze Blue character called Rachel, who people are comparing her to Storm, both using like weather with their unique button. Also, if you played Dragon Ball Fighters, the key button would function similar to how they're showing it here. A unique button for the character that nobody else is going to have. Captain America throws a shield. Storm messes with the weather. Miss Marvel has stretchy arms. You know. Something else about this game is it is kind of like, if you've ever played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, or if you've played Street Fighter 6's Modern Mode, you can use this button. You press quick skill, and then when you press like forward medium, that's going to replace a quarter circle medium, or whatever the input's going to be. Or you can just do the regular motion input, which is great because if there's going to be like DP motions in this game, yeah, sometimes you just want to do the forward DP, but then when it comes to fireballs, I just feel more comfortable doing the fireball motion personally. So it's kind of cool to have both. That's how it was in Grand Blue. In Street Fighter, you're kind of either committing to whether it's going to be modern or whether you're going to play classic. I like giving you the option because it also lets people not get too discouraged you know, I don't want to jump right into classic mode, but I don't want to limit myself to just modern mode. This is the perfect marrying of the two. Just do whatever feels comfortable to you in the moment, and feel free to try out the motion inputs. If it's not working out for you, you can do the simple inputs. Next is this link attack. This reminds me so much of Dragon Ball FighterZ combo system, if you ever played that game. And sorry, I'm going to be comparing this game to old Arc System Works a lot because there's so much DNA from 4 games that I've noticed. It has the Dragon Ball combo system, the Strive, Guilty Gear Strive wall break. You'll see a BlazBlue cross tag battle kind of active tag scenario that we'll get into, the mainline BlazBlue series drive gauge, and then the Grand Blue picking if you want to use the simple input or the traditional motion input. So it kind of feels like ArcSys has taken all of their fighting games that they've made recently, minus DNF Duel. Sorry, Dinfers, there's nothing really that I could tell from that game being brought over here. But this is like their magnum opus. It's a huge Marvel IP property, and they're using all the lessons they learned from the past years fighting games and to making this one. I think it's going to be really sick. But you can do this light attack, and then you get this really cool combination. It's kind of like an all-out attack from like Persona or something. Super cool. But there is downsides to using the auto combos, right? So if you notice here, when he does the light, it uses all of his assists. So now you got this simple combo out, but now you're down your assists. So you are going to eventually want to learn better combos and not just press light. That way you're not just burning your assists. All 3 assists right away, you're going to be left at a huge disadvantage. Same thing, you can do a medium combo, but it's going to automatically spend a super. I wonder if there's a way you can stop it early and not get the super, but maybe not. Maybe you can get like 2 hits. Same thing, heavy. You use all of your super bar here. Looks like you can get up to 150. And then you could do, instead of the auto combos, you could do part of an auto combo by getting light, but then you could switch it into medium and heavy. And that's exactly how Dragon Ball FighterZ treated their combo system. This game is just so flashy. I think it looks so cool. But then he's saying here, you know, tag in your assists. And then we have Slam Launcher. This is a launcher just like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is just like Dragon Ball FighterZ 2H. And also kind of like a Guilty Gear Charged Dust, both Exerd and Strive. You get this huge animation, and then boom, slam them back down. Super flashy. I love these character designs too. I mean, Kamen Rider looking, Iron Man. The style is just so sick. Just kind of looking in the background here. There's so much Easter eggs going on in the back here. Let me know in the comments if you guys see anything jumping out at you Easter egg wise. This is really interesting too, the assists. So you're getting different assists based on how you position them. Every assist in this section right here is going to be a projectile assist. Kind of either like a beam, or they're going to throw some kind of projectile. They're calling it a shooting assist. And yeah, so she stretched out her arm as like a projectile. If you play Dragon Ball, you know, it's any kind of beam or projectile assist. When you put them here, it's going to be like a DP. They say in here, they say it's usually an anti-air, so maybe some characters specifically might have something weird going on. We'll see. And then this third slot, they're calling it a summon slot. Regardless, I think this is going to be like a setup assist, kind of like Kid Buu A, where he throws the ball. It's not something you're just going to want to throw out in neutral. You're going to want to have your opponent in a block string. While they're blocking, call this Doom Assist. He sets up this portal, and then, you know, that triggers, and then you get to reset. Try to go for a reset, or try to go for some mix. There's going to be a lot you could do here. And this is kind of what I was talking about with the BlazBlue cross tag battle. If you call your assist, and then you wait, and then you press it again, you'll swap to whatever assist you called. So they just sandwiched them there, and now she could start her pressure from behind. So that's going to be really interesting. You can use, it's not like Marvel where you have to pick, do I want an anti-air assist, or, you know, you just always have projectile, anti-air, and a setup assist. Right, so you can call assists mid-air. I think they're just saying that you can combo into assists, right? That's kind of basic here. Yeah, they're saying generally is a vertical, generally is an anti-air. An assault assist, they called it. Sorry, they summon and assault assist. And then, oh, okay, so every air assist is the same, maybe. And there's just one button for assist, right? So you either hit forward, down, or back. Or, I guess it was neutral. Okay, so pressing assist after your lead character lands an attack brings an ally form a lunging attack. Okay, so you actually have to use a resource. It's not just the cooldown, right? You actually have to spend a bar here and then get that back. There's a couple other system mechanics that are going to use this bar here. This is kind of like a guard cancel. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is like Dust from Guilty Gear. It's an overhead attack. So despite, I know it looks like flashy here with the rest of the combo, but it's actually probably not going to be that complicated. It's just an overhead, kind of like Dust in Guilty Gear. And then you can see that slammed them down. I don't know if that... Yeah, I think with the wall break there, that might give you an assist. I'm not entirely sure. And then you can spend additional resources to just get a bigger combo. Maybe if you think you're going to kill, just spend all your resources, cash out combo. Okay, and then this is kind of like a guard cancel. But it does leave you a little vulnerable. So you can get hit out of it. You want to be careful. But just like any kind of like guard cancel in any game, or drive reversal, guard counter, whatever you want to call it in games, it can be really unsafe, but it can be just a really easy way to get off pressure if somebody is mindlessly doing a block string on you, or some kind of mindless block string, mindless offense. Just get them off you real quick. At higher levels of play, you might not see this as much, right? Okay, so this is just kind of like in Marvel or in Dragon Ball, when you do a super, you press assist, and then it calls in another character to do their bar, and then you can do it again and pull in your third character or your fourth character, and then whatever character you leave yourself on is who will be in battle. And then I believe that this crossover is kind of going to be like Vanish in Dragon Ball, which would normally side swap in Dragon Ball, but it looks like in this game it's just going to call in another character. And the reason I compare it to that is because you used to get these like vanishing wars in Dragon Ball. You would vanish and they could react to your vanish with a vanish. And you see that here. He goes for the crossover reflect, and the opponent just does it right back. And that just looks a lot like the vanishing wars that we used to have in Dragon Ball to me. So a lot of system mechanics going on here. A lot of different meters you're going to want to manage. That's why I think it's really smart that they're starting you off as the 2v2. Because there's just so much going on in this game that like you're going to want to start slow and gradually build up. This game's going to be sick. I'm very excited. And that's kind of it for now. But yeah, what do you think? I think it looks great. Thanks, Arxis. I think this game is going to be really sick. Let me know who you guys are excited to see in the roster. I know we have Marvel Rivals as a shooting game, and that is a huge roster of Marvel characters. I hope to see some different ones. I don't, as much as I love that roster, I want to see some like just weird picks. We're gonna have Spider-Man, we have Captain America. I want to see things like Wolverine, but like, give me some random characters. Let me know let me get a Vulcan from X-Men. You guys know who that is? That's a crazy random X-Men character. Yeah, I doubt he'll make it in there, but check him out. Let me know what Easter eggs you caught from the background of these stages, who you'd like to see. What do you think's going on here? I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.